Also in the new curriculum, they talk about in the subjects you teach, so in HPE, you're going to be teaching English, history, you teach different areas in one subject. So I'm going to talk a bit about myself now. This is about how I got to uni. So like some people come straight from high school, some take a gap year, I did something completely different. Alright, so as I said, I'm doing a Bachelor of Education Secondary, and they're my two teaching fields, film and media, PE. That was from a photo shoot last year. I decided to skip out front of A Block at Kelvin Grove, and they just thought it was a great picture. So, alright, so, alright, my life. So that's a nice picture of my family there. So I was born in Sydney. I lived in Brisbane, but I moved to Brisbane when I was 2 years old. I grew up with ASD. Does anyone know what that is? ASD stands for Autistic Spectrum Disorder. I've got Asperger's syndrome, so when I was growing up it was difficult for me to make friends or talk to people. Basically, I could have a conversation with a 30-year-old at the age of 7, but if I was to somebody my age was to try and talk to me, I'd just be like, bye. I also got ADD, so a bit hyperactive sometimes, but I've grown to the point where I've gone past it. I've also got a thing called SAD. It's actually quite rare in Australia. It's a form of depression, so sometimes, mainly in the winter, I feel absolutely down in the dumps. So I had a talent for music and literacy at a young age. I started playing violin at 6, I still play it now, and I was writing music at 10. In my house, parents were very big on being artistic. My mum's a landscape designer, she does heaps of art, athleticism. My dad used to play for St George back before being a football player actually brought in good money. And in academic pursuit, they want us to do the best that we can. And, just for a laugh, the family joke, I'm the clinical genius of my family as I managed to blow up the household microwave when I was 2. Alright, so journey to uni. So I knew from year 5 I would like to be a teacher. Many reasons. I was able to teach people how to do things. I just had this passion to want to be able to help people. So when I was in year 11 and 12, I was sponsored for adventure racing, which is basically triathlon, but more extreme. We're talking about like mountain biking, kayaking, abseiling, rock climbing, road gaming, orienteering, just all this stuff. And the longest event I ever did was a 48-hour event down in New South Wales. And I also did endurance mountain biking. There's a picture of me in year 11. I placed second at a race, a Try Out Direct Challenge. It was a 26k mountain bike, 10k kayak and a 10k run. Placed second in my division, and I also won a memorial trophy. Okay, so in year 12 I didn't have the best year. Things basically fell apart completely for me. I was having frequent nervous breakdowns, flipping out over nothing, working a lot, but I passed everything, but I didn't get a very good OP. Anyone want to take a guess what I got? Any guesses?
A 2.
That's a great 2, that would be good. I actually got an OP 21. So, very close to the far end, though in assessments I showed that I was able to do all the work required. I had the knowledge and all that. So it didn't really work to my favour. So what I decided to do, I worked full time and I studied a few short courses between 2009 and 2010. So while I was in high school, I did retail operations and outdoor rec as certificates. I got drafted into doing a Cert 2 in hairdressing, otherwise it was like, you either get a job or you do this course, and it was like, I'm trying to find a job, so I'll just do this course while I find it. At that time, my parents helped me out. Luckily, when I was in year 10, 11 and 12, I worked at Red Rooster. I ended up getting catapulted into an area training position. My area manager who promoted me ended up working at Scouts Queensland as the operations manager. He got in contact with me one day on Facebook and said, "Did you do your Cert 2? Yep. What study are you doing?" I was doing Cert 4 in training and assessment, so I could work at the TAFE and teach stuff that I've done before, so like the retail ops and outdoor rec. And that ended up giving me the role of outdoor education coordinator. I was responsible for all the outdoor education programs that they ran, and also the summer vacation care camp, which was so much fun. It was like, you know, summer camps in America where parents drop you off on the Monday to pick you up on the Friday? That was pretty much it, but we did it out at Stanford. And yeah, Stanford, canoeing, kayaking, abseiling, everything. It was great fun. So I decided I'm definitely going to make myself go to uni. I want to become a teacher, definitely. So I applied for QTAC for education in the Educational Access Scheme, and I got offered a place with QT through QSTEP. So that Cert 4 gave me about an OP12, if memory serves correct. Then QSTEP pushed it to an OP9, yes. As you can tell, math isn't my strong point. So help at uni, so there's government support. Friendly educators and lecturers, friends will be there for you. Disability services, they're great. Start of every semester I go see them and they look at what subjects I'm studying, and because I feel, I get really nervous and anxious and tend to rush myself when I'm in an exam room filled with people. It's like we're talking about 40 people in one room doing an exam. I tend to feel like, oh, what if everyone's finishing faster than me, does that mean I'm not doing good, that kind of stuff. What they do is they set up things so like they'll put me into a room with about 5 or 6 people, do an exam in there, so don't feel much pressure. If I need to, I can get up, walk out of the room, just stretch my legs a bit. Also, need be, I can get extensions on assignments. Also counselling, like I've been given an equity bursary before, so it was like I was tight on money and wasn't working, and the university gave me $300 to help me because I was away on crack and I wasn't able to pay some bills, and I was basically living off 2-minute noodles. Alright, so okay, so you don't need to be smart to get a scholarship. I'm going to stress this so much. You do not need to. So, Centrelink, every semester I get about $1,000, which I generally use towards living expenses to help me, so that way if I need to buy stuff for uni, I can. The equity scholarship, I got one at the start of this year, and once again it's about $1,000 I got that helped me. And also, Pinnacle Foundation. I found out about them in my first year, and this year I received a scholarship for it. So the Pinnacle Foundation is a scholarship for students who are basically gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, who may be doing it rough. Age 16 to 14, so if you're studying in high school, you can apply for it. And basically all you need to do is show dedication to study, have potential to be the next generation of leaders. What I got was, I got flown down to Sydney for an induction. I made heaps of friends. That's not all of the scholars, but quite a few of them. Got to meet all these awesome people. We went to this nice restaurant one night, and the scholarship that they awarded me was $2,400. So things I got with that was I bought myself a new laptop, brand new top of the range laptop, because I'd always had entry level ones and they would crash on me within about 3 months. This one's still going, which is good. Touch wood. They've paid for my it's paid for my textbooks, and also when I was out on crack, once again, because I didn't have money, they deposited $100 into my Go card so I could get to and from crack during that 4-week period. And the best thing about it is, it's money I can't touch. I need to get in contact with them and say, this is what I need, and then they'll pay for it, so you don't go around spending money on stuff that you shouldn't be. And also, I got a mentor to help me with my studies and vocational outgoing. So that's just me being fancy saying they help me with work-related stuff and can help me with employment. Now, my mentor used to be the director of equity, so she was like the person in charge of like, sort of like this department that talks to you guys over at University of Queensland. And it's great having somebody like that. She's a hoot, and yeah. So where am I now? Lots of pretty pictures of me. Alright, so I'm in my third year of my course. I'm a student here. I'm also a staff member because we get paid to talk to you guys. What else? My clicker's not working. Okay, I work at School Aged Care. I'm an assistant educator with YMCA. Picture of me there, I found it tied up much of my shirt. Pretty snazzy. I'm also now a certified supervisor, so if my boss is sick, I can manage the centre. I produce music, and it's distributed worldwide. I DJ and I run my own business. One thing I forgot to put up there, I'm actually working with several academics and educators, and we're starting an online magazine for education students and teachers and academics. Alright, so it is for everyone. I mean, like, I live out of home, I have limited income, so I get HECS support and scholarships. I'm the first in my family to attend, so I have special needs, so I get support for that. Okay, so my goals. Now, it's important to plan ahead, especially.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to finish my degree, become a teacher. Then, I want to go and do a master's degree in education research. I'll eventually go and do a doctoral degree in educational psychology. So, I'll get to be called Dr. Watts, and stuff I get to do is write fun little things like this. Research papers about topics of interest. So this one I'm talking about giving students the opportunity to choose what kind of assessment they want to do. What do you guys prefer, writing or speaking? Speaking. So this, I would say, so it may be a persuasive essay. You guys get to choose whether you're going to produce a persuasive video, do a persuasive oral, write a persuasive essay, or you get to act out something that's persuasive. So yeah, go work as a lecturer at university. I reckon it'd be quite fun doing that. I get to teach the next generation of teachers, help the younger generation through research I do, and start a family. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up. Take a challenge stereotypes, and prove to yourself you can do it. I've gone through a lot of stuff trying to get to uni, and I'm almost finished my degree, even though all the stuff I've gone through. I'm not gonna, what I'll do is I'll let Ethan take over. If there are any questions, you guys can ask me at the end. Okay?